Hey everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today we are talking November goals. I will also talk about how the October goals went. I had some wins and some fails. That's pretty typical to how I expect these goal videos to go. So 2 orders of business beforehand. I am all poppy-fied. I am all crazy makeup because we had a mommy and me baby ballet class. We go every week and it is Halloween week, so we dressed up and wore our costumes. We are trolls this year, which is fun. Olivia picked it out. So Stella was Tiny Diamond and I was Poppy. Olivia wanted to be Barb, so I'll show you a picture of the 2 of us dressed up. So that's why I've got the, all the pink on. And then the second order of business is my other medal came. This is the charity medal. They do these Pelefondos every quarter, and I ended up ordering the charity medal and the regular medal, which is up there. So I wanted to show this. I had mentioned it in my Pelefondo specific video. The foundation is the I Rise Above, and it's I Rise Above Breast Cancer. And so since it's October and breast cancer awareness, this is the charity for this month. It says on the back, I rode for cancer and I went far. So I did 70 miles, I ordered the medal, and I super love it. It's just so cute with the the mountain cut out in the bright pink. It actually matches my outfit today, which I'm gonna stand up real quick and show you. After I took off my Poppy outfit, I put the shorts back on. They're just like bright pink shorts and the black. And so when I put the medal on after I had gotten the mail, Johnny was like, it matches your outfit. I was really happy about it. So I'm wearing my medal for this video. I may mess with it. It may also clink, but that's okay. So I grabbed my planners back. So with all of that out of the way, let's talk goals for November. So I do have a nice lengthy list of goals for this month. I ended up actually just photocopying some of the tending lists out of the POWERSHEETS goal planner. I ordered this for 2022, but it only starts in January. So the next couple months, I'm just gonna photocopy it and use the tending list. I've been really loving this. I worked on the prep a lot. I just have a couple of little things left. And speaking of which, I would love to know what your word for 2022 is gonna be. If you've picked out your word, I am still trying to narrow it down. There is a whole dedicated little page to picking out your word of the year, and I have undecided for that. So let me know if you have your word. I ended up just photocopying a couple of the monthly pages. I photocopied the brainstorm page, and I also photocopied the tending list. So I have the photocopies of those. I walked through everything, mapped out my November. I am carrying over some of my same goals. So I had the photocopy. I ended up adding it to my Erin Condren planner. This is just the Flora Erin Condren. I'm trying to find it. So I have my tending list. I just washi taped it in. And since the other planner is a little bit longer, I did have to fold it over here. And then behind it, I have just my goals for the last quarter. I printed a photocopy of that too and wrote out a couple of goals for the remainder of the year. I had done this in like mid-October when everything arrived. So I still have most of the quarter left for Q4. And I thought it would be just a good way to go ahead and get started, get a head start on what I want to accomplish for next year, since I still have all this goal time and I was feeling productive. We are going to walk all the way down the tending list, but first I want to talk about October goals, how everything went. It is the end of the month, so we're just wrapping up the month the next couple of days. For my October goals, one of the main one was start a really good morning routine, and I have been waking up by 6 o'clock most mornings, which is great. I have been waking up like 6:30, getting Olivia ready, and then going back to bed as soon as she's at school. So that was a really bad habit. I totally broke that habit. Once I'm up, but I'm not always up earlier than I have to start getting Olivia ready. So a lot of the mornings I've been up 5:45 to 6, and then some of the mornings I'm still getting up at 6:30 just because Mama just can't do it some mornings. But that part has been hard. The hardest part of the whole morning routine thing is going to bed on time. So that is always my downfall. Like last night, I was ready to go to bed at 10:30, and then Johnny and I started talking, and then the next thing I know, it's 11:30, and I was like, dang it. I was really trying to, go to bed a little bit earlier so I can lay in the bed, read a little bit, and wind down a little bit. I like to edit the photos that day and look through photos, make sure our photos are backed up. That's kind of my routine. I also go through Peloton stuff at night as well. So I just really like just laying in bed, doing those couple of things. And yeah, totally, if I don't get in bed early enough, I don't go to bed, and that's where my whole routine falls apart. So I'm really trying to work hard to do better on that. So I went to bed super late last night, still woke up early. I was actually getting on the Peloton this morning at 6 a.m. with some of my girlfriends. So that motivated me to still get my butt out of bed this morning. But it's hard for me. I am just not a morning person. So I'm really trying to set my clock back just so I can be a little bit more productive. I would really ideally like to wake up between 5:30 and 6 every day, and just be one of those like productive morning people, and I'm just working on it. It's like slow incremental changes, and some days it still just doesn't happen. So I'm just glad that I'm not going back to bed. That was like the main the main part of this goal, is to just, once I'm up, stay up. I feel like I've made pretty good progress for this one. I still have a lot of room to work with this one, so it's still carrying over for the next month. My other big goal was social media. So I had ended up moving all of my icons into one folder and saying once a day, and that was super easy for the Facebook stuff and the Instagram stuff. I hardly check Instagram these days, but I check Facebook just incessantly. Like anytime I'd have a free minute, just like sitting around the house, Stella's like running off doing something, I sit on my phone and I scroll Facebook, and it's such a bad habit. There's so many fun Facebook groups to join, and that's really just been a time suck for me. Like any of those free productive moments, I could have, you know, edited a photo here and there, written down some video ideas, or something that could have been like a little productive thing. I was just mindlessly scrolling. So I totally broke this habit. I really didn't have a problem with the Facebook. It was hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. Like the first few days, I'm like looking at my phone, I was like, oh yeah, I was just going on here to scroll, because it's just such an automatic habit now that it's just ingrained, and it totally threw me for a loop when the icons were put somewhere else. And even now, like, I've caught myself scrolling to the next screen and opening that once a day folder and realizing, oh crap, I'm like setting this up so that I can get back to the same habit. So I've moved the folder around. That really messes with that just habitual connection. So I definitely recommend like sticking them all in a folder and trying it out. It works really well. The problem I was having is emails. I find that checking once a day, sometimes not gonna cut it, because I actually do have some time sensitive things every once in a while where I do need to check my email more than once a day. So I thought, you know, morning and evening would be a good way to do it. Unless I'm like waiting for something, then I'll check midday too. There was one day, I can't remember what it was, but it was something for school. I was asking her teacher something and I had to fill out some forms, and like we were going back and forth a little bit. I really needed to check it more than just once a day. I checked it like 3 or 4 times that day and had to go back and forth for something. So something like that, it's kind of important to where I'm gonna check it more than once, but I just don't want to get in the habit of every time I open my phone, I'm checking my email, because it's, you know, it happened like twice this month where I just needed to check more than once. Otherwise, I really don't have to check it that much. I just don't have a lot of email things going on, and anything I do have going on, it's not urgent enough that I need to respond to it right away. I can respond to it the next day. So like once in the morning or once in the evening, totally fine. Even if it's just twice a day, plenty of time to like get back to anybody who needs something. And everybody who I talk to on a more immediate basis will text me. So that's an easy thing. I can just get the texts on here. Speaking of which, my Apple Watch is back, baby. I'm so happy. It came in yesterday, and so I'm back in business. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because it is like hitting the edge of this planner, and I don't want it to make noise and clink around. As far as my other goals, I did the Pelotondo, super happy about it, have a whole video on that. The one major fail that I had was the yoga. I just totally did not do the yoga every day. I missed like the 4th or 5th day, and then I just never got back on it. I really have trouble sticking to the 30 minutes of yoga every day. I just could not do it. My mind wanders. I just kind of lose interest after the 20-minute mark. So I think starting in November, I'm going to build up to it. I really need to just get back in the habit of doing yoga every day anyway. I was really good about it for a while and then totally just fell off. So I'm going to try to incorporate that in for November, but it won't be 30 minutes a day. That was a lot. We're gonna go ahead and move into the November goals. Like I said, I have them pasted in here with some washi tape. As far as my tending list, in the encouraging words section, I put take the leap. It's just a little cute foil sticker. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. Little foil sticker there. I thought it was cute. And then my priority again is just taking back my mornings and then trying to finish up the closet. So we ended up getting part of the pieces that we needed replacements for. They sent all the drawer fronts that we needed replaced, and then a couple of like little parts. There was one like plastic piece that we ended up messing up a few of. We needed some extras of those. And then we also need some shelves. Like this was totally my mistake, and I'll talk about it in the closet video, but I mismeasured one of the sides of the closet. It was totally my mistake. I thought it was a their mistake, but it was mine. And so they are resending us the right size, the size we wanted. And that way they're all the same size, but those have to be custom cut. So those are not here yet. A lot of it at the top of my list in this monthly action items is closet stuff. So I've got baseboards, shelves, and racks. Finish assembly / order parts. So I did get all the parts on order, and then we also need to organize it. So that is another big chunk to do. So I've already added stuff back in the drawers, so I know kind of where everything is going to go in the drawers. We still have lots of empty drawers, and we still have a lot of stuff stacked in our dining room right now. Just we haven't put much stuff back yet, just like the basics, like the clothes, so we can function in the closet. And hopefully all of that can get done this month. It really just depends on if they deliver our shelves. That part's dependent on them, but the rest of it we could probably knock out without their help. And then work on new AM routine. I'm just really trying to bump my time back till I get to that 5:45 really consistently. It's helped a lot getting my time pushed up so I can get my exercise in the morning. So that's just something I'm going to continue to work on. I've got lots of steps that are involved in trying to get my morning routine set up how I want it. And then call and schedule an electrician. I really need to just get that outlet moved. We want to add a couple of outlets in other places, so we'll just probably knock those all out at the same time. It's just a matter of calling and getting somebody on the schedule for that. One of my girlfriends has a great electrician she swears by, so I'm going to be using them. And then it says make list of videos to make. So this is my redundant line. Make list of videos to film would be a better way to put that. I just need to have like a running list of video ideas. I do use the Notes app on my phone to kind of organize video ideas. I'll be holding the phone as I'm filming to make sure like I hit all the bullet points. I don't have things written out or scripted, but I have like the main gist of every video kind of outlined if I need to remember things for it. And then also start an editorial calendar. I was doing this so well for years and years, even back in Tennessee and Illinois, like years and years ago. We've been in Texas for 5 years now. Even way back then, I had an editorial calendar, and I have not done that in, gosh, probably since Stella was born. I haven't really stuck to an editorial calendar, and I did start that back up. So it's just a matter of implementing it and using it and keeping it up to date. I use iCal for this, so you can use any kind of Google Calendar to keep track of things. So I just try to plan out how many videos are going up each week, what they are, and planning ahead to get them filmed, edited, all the stuff. This is the really like type A part that I love about doing YouTube. I like all the steps and planning and editing and all that stuff. So it's just a matter of getting the calendar and keeping up with the calendar. And then do a 5K. This is coming up middle of the month. I have to start training for that now that the Pelafando is over. So I am going to start running this week again and see if I can knock it out. 5K is like 3.1 miles. And I'm like, if I can do 70 miles on there, I should be able to, you know, scrape my way through running. So I'm going to train for it a little bit. I definitely anticipate I'm going to have to walk for some of it. I don't think I'm going to be able to run or jog the whole thing, but I definitely want to make a good effort on running as much of it as I can. And going along with the morning routine, I said push wake up time earlier. So I'm really trying to get to that 5:45 and ideally at some point 5:30, but that's the goal right now. The goal post is at 5:45 because I can get a couple of things done, and then I can also just get on the bike at 6 o'clock. They have some live classes every once in a while at 6. My girlfriends like to ride at 6, so it'd be great if I could be up before then and ready to go and not scrambling at 6 o'clock to get on the bike. And then some of these are kind of redundant. It says half of the month do your 5K training. So I have one spot that's 5K training and then one spot that says do a 5K. So they're two separate things, but they go together. And then one of them is make a video schedule. So this one kind of goes with the editorial calendar. It's like, I'm going to be posting videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, or every Tuesday, Thursday, and come up with a schedule for that, and also come up with a filming schedule. Like Mondays, I'm going to film whatever needs to be filmed. Tuesdays, I'm going to edit. Wednesdays, I'm going to do XYZ. So I'm going to try to keep track of it like that. I have a set workflow schedule for that. And then I've got a set of weekly action items. That's the next section on here. And so these things you're just going to try to aim for once a week. And two of mine are related to Project Life. It says sort 1 month of photos. And then the next one is scrapbook 1 month of photos. And this is just putting them into the digital Project Life so I can print them all out and have the photos organized and just printed in the album. Like they don't have to be pretty, they don't have to be fancy, they just need to be printed and in the album. I've been making efforts to try to knock out older months doing this system. I've been working on that this whole last month. And then Pelafando training. Pelafando is every quarter, so I'm going to be training for that pretty much every weekend. Probably not the next couple weekends just because of the 5K coming up, but that's going to be on my radar for the next foreseeable future, like until I'm done with Pelafando basically. And then the goal for videos is 2 videos for this channel, 1 video for my scrapbook channel, and then also paint my nails. So I ended up getting the fake nails when I went to my cousin's wedding, and it's been a really long time, and I'm just like at the very end of the filed down part growing out. So I'm hoping by at least like the first or second week in November, I can start painting my nails again. This is the fun time to do it because holidays are coming up so they can be festive, and I love having my nails done. If I don't do it on the weekend, it just never happens. So I just have to dedicate like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to do that on the weekend. And I wrote it down because I just want to make it a priority. It's something I enjoy doing. I love how it looks when they're done. And if I do gel, typically they will last all week. So I really like that. So that was kind of like the fun one on here. And then daily action items / habits. There's quite a few of these on here. So I'm going to continue on the 1 a day challenge to try not to check all the stuff incessantly. Again, I'll check my email probably twice a day, but for social media and stuff, it's going to be strictly 1 time a day, and I also will set a timer. That's something that I've done. The only exception I had this entire last month, which I totally forgot, was Pelafondo weekend. I checked Facebook lots of times because I was cheering people on, people were cheering for me, I was getting information for like how the groups were stacking up, so I was checking that quite a bit, but it was easy to pull myself out of it once the event was over. So I totally give myself a pass for that. That's not a daily mindless habit. That was like intentional doing it because I was enjoying the bike and enjoying the camaraderie around the event. And then also the daily habit, wake up early, do an AM ride, and that probably won't happen every day, but I do want to get in here and do some exercise every day. Reading, I really like that. Going to bed on time, which is like, that just totally messes up my morning routine, like I said. Also, I want to start writing gratitude daily, and also going back to the yoga challenge. It's on here again, but for this one, it's not going to be 30 minutes because I know 30 minutes is just too much for me. It needs to be just 10 minutes, like just 10 minutes of yoga every day. I totally feel like 10 minutes a day is totally doable, so I'm going to try my best to do 10 minutes a day. And then on the gratitude, I ended up getting a plum paper daily planner. I'm going to be using this starting in November because that's when it starts. And I also got this section in the back called gratitude. So I'm going to try to fill out one of these little boxes every day. Like I'll put like a main word focus on here and then write something about it. And it could be I'm just listing things I'm grateful for, or it could just be talking about one event. So I ended up doing one this last month. I didn't keep up with it, but this was for Johnny's birthday. Like I just doodled on it a little bit. Like I didn't make it special. I'm not an artist. I just did a little doodle and like funky words. So I was just gonna practice that. I thought maybe I would pull out some brush script markers and practice brush lettering in those little like cube spots and then write the rest. So I'm going to try to stick to doing that every day. That's one of my habits. So there you go. Long-winded explanation for everything, but I feel like it's all doable stuff. And again, like if things don't get done this month, no big deal. It's not a failure. You just move it on to the next month, or you change your goals, change your priorities. So I would love to know how October went for you guys. How were your goals? Were they successes? Were they failures? And what are your goals for November? Let me know down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me along. I've been posting tons and tons of planner videos. I still have more planner videos coming for you guys. I know some of you guys are my OG planner peeps, so I'm really excited to be posting these again. I've jumped back in and really liked it lately, so I hope you guys are liking those videos. And that's it. So I hope you have a very productive November, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.